are very true because of the fact that I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Aaron's just lost
No,
himself, guys.
There's something I want to say. Let me just think about it. Shit.
Don't worry, guys.
Social
He's gonna cut this out.
introversion. No, I'm not gonna cut this out. We're gonna leave it candid. Like I'm too lazy for it right now. Alrighty, okay, we're back. I basically just adjusted it a bit softer because I realized that you're getting a bit excited, Evans.
Are you sure it's not yourself, Aaron?
Nah, I could see the audio. But okay, so what I was trying to say is that I want to pick on something that you mentioned. So you technically define or categorize our friendship or relationship as close friends, right? And this is something that I just want to better understand from your perspective. Like when it comes to friends, do you categorize them?
That's a tough question, honestly. You caught me off guard there. Pretty deep after just a light conversation.
Well, we're going to talk about your accommodation the whole podcast?
Tune in, guys. Part 1 out of the 10 to 20 part series.
Yeah.
Look forward to it.
Second part, talking about this apartment right now.
Yeah, make sure to subscribe to Aaron and give him a like or something. I don't know where this is going to go, but show your friends some love here. I wouldn't say I really categorize my friends. I'm a very sort of easygoing kind of guy. I've got a lot of friend groups. For me, it's just a matter of what your interests are. If they coincide, you'd probably see me more often than not. So for example, I find myself very close with my high school mates.
Yep.
Maybe it's because we've been together for 13, 16 years, even 18 years sometimes. That's just how close me and my high school mates are.
Like you basically went through a life stage together, like a life phase.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right?
So I'd say because of that, your hobbies just sort of coincide, or you spend so much time that you get so used to it. And so, what I would categorize would be what your interests are. So let's say, you like to play football a lot or soccer a lot, which is something I really do enjoy. You'd see me more often hanging out with you if you do these kind of things compared to maybe maybe drinking, I'm all up for drinking. For me, drinking, I don't really like drinking, but I do enjoy sort of, casual drinking, going out for drinks with some mates every so often,
a couple of beers here and there.
Correct. Yeah, but to me, I don't really categorize friends, I'd say. I don't see the reason why you would categorize friends pretty much. If you didn't like them in the first place, they wouldn't be your friends.
That's a good point. So you categorize who become your friends, right? Essentially, if you like them, they're your friend. And the moment they're your friend, you do not have boxes to put them in.
Correct, yeah.
So you don't have I don't know, some people, they have a million best friends. I can't have that. I think I really don't like the idea of a best friend.
Right.
Because it has been diluted. The meaning of best friend has been diluted by most people that I know. I mean, not among my circle, but when you see on social media and you see in mainstream media as well, or some people, they're posting on Instagram, right? Every month, oh, happy birthday to my best friend. Dude, you can't have 60 best friends. The reason why something is best is because it's the highest order, right?
Right.
You kind of I don't know, the best fried chickens, 50 of them. Dude, that's every fried chicken. I don't know why I say fried chicken, but yeah, it could be the suppression in media.
Someone's hungry, guys. Make sure to send Aaron a box of fried chicken if you...
No way. Anyhow, it's just really interesting because I want to better understand how you view friends as well. Because I feel today we did talk about you hanging out with your high school mates and how you communicate with them online, probably through games like Dota. Pokemon maybe? I'm not sure. Probably not.
God. Guys, this Aaron's just exposing all my secrets already. Yeah, dude. Making me look bad in front of the public, bro.
Yeah, next thing I'm just gonna put your height and weight and your waistline size and stuff like that. But I think for me, because I've been thinking about friendship quite a bit lately.
Right.
Okay. And I've been thinking how I categorize friends. I think it has been evolved over the years, first of all.
Okay.
I think right now, I'm a bit more open-minded when it comes to friends. So what that means is that you do not need to be spending every day of your life or every week of your life with someone else in order for that person to be close to you.
Isn't that what we are?
Yeah.
Exactly.
We how many times have we met since since we knew one another?
Not that often, but I'd say we're pretty close, pretty close.
A handful.
Yeah, a handful.
Like a solid handful, that's it.
Yeah.
And we're not even like that far, dude. At one point, we were staying in the same suburb.
Exactly.
We were like walking distance to one another, you know what I mean?
Good times.
Good times. But yeah, I don't know, it just made me think that you don't need to categorize stuff. I think I have a tendency to categorize things because that's how I understand things in the world.
I see.
You know, like,
Right.
of course, I'm not saying like good friends and bad friends. Like, I personally believe like in the world, there's just so much gray area that I really do not like the categorization of like black and white.
Right.
But I'm talking more towards like the measure, that like the level. Like perhaps if you asked me a couple of years ago, I'll categorize people like, oh, these people are like my close friends. These people are like my not so close friends. And these people are like people that I know, like associates, like workmates or like uni mates and stuff.
Right.
But right now, I feel like there's no need for that. Why am I restricting myself?
Right.
Because the thing is that friendship grows organically.
Yeah, that's right. That's
right. And if you
I
like
completely agree.
categorize people into like boxes, it's like a loop. For example, if I categorize people into like uni mates, they'll forever be there.
Yeah.
Because if they ask me to go, I'm like, oh, nah, it's probably like just my uni mate. Like probably once a year is fine. You know, like if they have like housewarming party and stuff like that. But like they never evolve because I myself restricted them from evolving anymore.
Right.
You know, and this is not like talking from like a god complex kind of point of view. It's not I'm like, oh no, you're not worthy of being my close friend. But it's just more like, I don't know, me categorizing to make myself feel comfortable knowing where I am with some people.
Secretly, guys, Aaron has a god complex. He's just lying right now in the podcast. But yeah, I completely agree. Pretty much, I think I was at your stage, pretty much in high school. I felt like just very comfortable in my own social circle, and I just never saw the need to sort of expand my circle.
Yep.
Obviously, I wouldn't say with sort of age you grew more mature, but when I went to uni, feeling sort of the Australian culture gave me a different sort of context, a different point of view. And ever since I went to uni, I suppose like I stopped categorizing people. Pretty much for me, it was, hey, if we find something in common we like, common interests or something like that, we could always be friends. And as you said, for me, I never like had like best friends. I always view like a lot of my high school mates, my sort of close friends, but the way I treat them is pretty much the same I treat any other close friends I had. Pretty much, there's no sort of special treatment.
Yeah.
I felt like uni sort of opened my eyes, as I said, like the need to just meet a lot of new people, a lot of different people with different ideas. I was just very open-minded coming into uni, hoping to meet like a lot of friends. And that was good, I mean, just a tip for you guys out there. Whether you're young, whether you're old, contacts come in handy any point in time. Obviously don't think of them as sort of a benefit, but
yeah, exactly. I think that's very important. Like you don't view people as like your pathways to some things.
Yeah, don't view them as an asset.
That's pretty disgusting. Yeah. Like if you view people as like a utility, or like a pathway to get to where you want, I don't think you're a very nice human being. Like I'm just gonna put it out there. It might be controversial, it might be completely acceptable opinion, but yeah.
Spicy stuff from Aaron right there, but yeah. I mean, yeah, so that was sort of my point of view of things. And I just like to keep in sort of touch with a lot of my friends. Obviously, in Australia, I enjoy a lot of like gaming. So you'll probably find me in a lot of gaming sort of platforms more often than not.
Discords?
Yeah, exactly. Discords. I use Discord a lot actually. But yeah, just keep an open mind and just make lots of friends. There's nothing wrong with having like a lot of friends. I wouldn't say they come in handy, but when you're traveling, when you've got nothing better to do, it's always nice to have a friend, out there. Obviously, you don't have to be like, best friends with everyone, but just having an extra friend that maybe when you're traveling to, for example, Argentina, South America, just to catch up would be really nice,
Definitely. And also it makes me think because like previously, I felt like my goal or my direction or I don't know what you call it, like my approach. Yeah, my approach to friendship is more towards like, I really want to deepen all of my friendship levels. Right? So, but the thing is that I get so caught up in the loop of deepening my friendship levels And don't get me wrong, I feel like everyone that I'm friends with right now, I'm eternally grateful for all the friendships that I have.
You're welcome.
Well, yeah, thanks, dude. Except, a couple of people, a couple of dodgy people. But no, on a serious note, like I'm actually really grateful about all the friendships that I have, or even had, because some people have been cut off from my life or the other way around. Like I've been cut off from their life.
Right.
And sometimes it's mutual as well. And it happens organically. It's not like you decide to cut someone out.
Right.
But the thing is that I feel like you always learn something from your friendship. And that's where it all ties down to what you mentioned before, the whole being open-minded, right?
Right.
Like I was so fixated on deepening my friendship levels with the people that I've already established connections and like friendship foundations with, that I completely disregarded expanding or widening my friendship circle. So sometimes I get stuck in the loop of what I know and what I'm exposed to. So in a way, you can say that I sort of like push myself to be a little bit more close-minded, if that makes sense. Like you're not open to two different experiences.
Fair enough. It's just like you're more focused on one that you sort of neglect the other one, sort of kind of thing. Because, when you want to deepen friendships and relationships, it takes a lot of effort and time. And so that's probably why you sort of neglect the other aspect of like expanding, because you can't sort of expand and deepen at sort of the same time.
It gets tiring.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially like for us, we know I think, correct me if I'm wrong, the both of our level is a bit it's not the highest when it comes to like social interaction, but it drains us.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
No doubt.
Like that's not saying that we hate human beings. I mean, I feel like maybe some part of that is true.
Maybe for you.
Maybe. But the thing is that, it definitely drains the energy or like the social battery out of you.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Right. Of course. I mean, everyone's an extrovert, of course, or there are some people who are more outgoing than others, but even outgoing people, I feel sometimes everyone needs a bit of, time for themselves, a bit of private time. And that sort of, I assume what you're trying to say, and vice versa goes with, those who are introverts, obviously they enjoy, the privacy and the alone time more. But even then, humans, I suppose, don't quote me on this, but reading on a lot of things on the internet, obviously we don't know what's true and what's not. They always say humans are very, interactive creatures. And that's why when you see when people are put in prison or in isolation, that's a form of punishment. And that's sort of why it's a very harsh thing to do, to not be able to talk to anyone, pretty much just four walls. And so to say that, introverts don't want to socialize at all, I'd say is sort of wrong to some extent. So that social aspect is always a part or a way of life for a lot of humans.
I completely agree with you. The fact that humans are social creatures.
There we go.
We are designed to interact with one another. I don't think that we would thrive as a species if you are not designed that way.
Right.
The reason why we are the apex predator of the world, albeit some humans might not be representative of the apex predator categorization, I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Aaron's just lost himself, guys.
There's something I want to say. Let me just think about it. Shit.
Don't worry, guys. I'm just going to cut this out.
Introversion. No, I'm not going to cut this out. We're going to leave it candid. I'm too lazy for it right now. All right. So introversion and extroversion, right? Or extraversion. I'm not too sure which one's the right one. But anyhow, I think the fact that some people see this as two boxes or two categorizations, but it's not that. I think it's a scale. It's like a measure.
So a balance.
It's probably like a line, and there's like you drag your measure, how introverted are you, how extroverted are you. And the thing is that it doesn't mean that if you are introverted, you like staying home, you like being alone, and if you're extroverted, you must see people, you're like a druggie, you know what I mean? You start foaming at the mouth when you're alone. No, it doesn't mean that, but it's just the way you perceive social interactions.
Right.
Introversion, you probably are drained from social interactions. So you can be an introvert and enjoy social interactions. It's just that it drains you more than an extrovert enjoying social interactions or being involved in one.
Fair enough. Right? Yeah. I mean, we could put it in that perspective. Yeah, of course. Completely agree. But yeah, I mean, in terms of sort of perspectives, don't stress too much about it if you're an introvert or extrovert, guys. Just be yourself. You do you. Find your own good spot, and just go with it. Obviously, as Aaron said, in life, some people will cut you off, some people won't, and you'll sort of find your way along the way. And so there's no sort of there's no reason to sort of doubt yourself or change yourself too much. Obviously, if you think this would change you for the better, feel free to do so. But if you find yourself in a very good spot, in a comfortable spot, why not? What's there to change? And there's nothing wrong with being a bit more introverted than others, or being a bit extroverted than others.
No, that's a really good point.